Hi, hi, Beata. How are you? This is Adrian from GoPrimal. Welcome to the GoPrimal Experience. So I'm just gonna let you introduce yourself, and then we talk over a few questions that we have.
Okay, hi, I'm BEATA JUNG. I live in Ireland at the moment, but I'm from Hungary. I joined the GoPrimal team like a month or so. So far, it's a very good experience. I'm using the product and I have some good results in, which is really nice. And it's good to be part of a team that I think it's something that I also can believe in it. Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about, maybe your sports background? I think you were a weightlifter. Not anymore, or you were a gymnastics and a weightlifter. Just if you can explain a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, so I did acrobatic gymnastic when I was younger until the age 17. So that was my base. I can say that it was a great base when I started CrossFit. Started CrossFit in 2012, and I actually started competing in weightlifting nearly straight after that. I was very strong in the weightlifting exercises because of my gymnastic background. So they just kind of wanted me to compete in weightlifting. Yeah, but the one which was more serious was CrossFit for, I'd say, my first 5-6 years. Yeah, in CrossFit, my main results or my best results were I competed in the French Showdown several times. I competed in the Athletics Games in Manchester. And I was the fittest athlete, in my country in 2015, and I finished in top 5 in the Open for several years. Actually, I can't remember how many years.
Are you still competing in CrossFit?
No, my last competition in CrossFit was 2 years ago in the French Showdown. Since then, I only competed in the Open, but that was more like for fun. No serious results there. Yeah, weightlifting is more serious. It is still more serious in my life. So let's say, I think it was around 2016 when I decided to just try out myself in weightlifting. And then I went to several bigger competitions. Like I had a gold medal in the U23 European Championship. That was in 2017. I also had a silver medal. These were all in snatch. I'm quite good at snatching, less good in clean and jerk. And also one of my best results is when I was in the University World Championship. That was also, I think, in 2016. And I had a silver medal also in snatch. So these are my main results. I competed in the World Championship and I also competed in the European Championship several times.
Cool. Which weight are you? Which weight category?
I was 69 before they changed the weight classes, and after they changed the weight classes, then I had to go down to 64, and that was when I found that pretty hard because I was quite on the top of the 69. So my best result in 69 were like my best snatch was 99 kg. So that was a pretty good snatch at that weight class. But when I went down to 64, I kind of struggled to being able to keep my strength. So my best snatch there was, I think, 93 in the European Championship.
Okay, so you had to lose some weight to be in the 64 category,
yeah, exactly.
And that affects quite a lot on the lifting.
Yeah, I'd say it's also a fact. Like, I find it very hard to compete when I feel hungry.
Yeah.
Like, let's say my boyfriend, he's okay to cut body weight and still being able to lift a PB and new max weight, but I quite find it hard in my head to still stay motivated and feel strong on the day.
Yeah, that's actually a good kind of topic to know, because are you still competing in weightlifting?
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you manage to keep your weight at 64? Because it's quite a lot to be 3 or 4 kilos below or above what you should be. that requires that you need to adapt your diet during, I guess, during a lot of months, and try not to go too heavy, and then stay a little bit always below, which that affects your performance for sure. And then just prior competition, I'm guessing that you will try to drop a couple of kilos to fit into that category.
Yeah, so like at the moment, because there's COVID, like it's body weight is not that important, but I'm still around 65 kg, sometimes under that in the morning. But when I had to cut down to 64, I was like 68. And then I had to, and I didn't have that much fat on me. So I was like, it's gonna be tough. And it was tough. That was, I tried to make it as a slow process. So I obviously I tried to eat a little bit less, but I also tried to use, I tried to still eat all the macros that I needed, but it wasn't easy, because when I was on the day, I just had not enough strength. I kind of had, but yeah, definitely slower is better. So like cutting like 2 kg like this in a week, that's not a good idea. So what I did, like let's say a kg in a month, and then when I was around 65, I just maintained that until I had the competition. So that's how I tried to kind of maintain the strength. I had quite good training sessions when I was in around 65. So I still clean and jerk 110 and snatch around 95 in my training. And I usually lifted always better on my competitions than on my training. Now it was a bit different when I went down, because I was just lighter on the competition day. So it was kind of a little bit less weight that I lifted on training.
Have you tried, intermittent fasting, keto diet, or have you tried different diets to try to drop some weight?
No, what I try to do, my boyfriend had with me, he's very good at nutrition, and he gave me my macros that I needed to be able to still keep my strength, but also lose body weight and as much body fat I could. So and it worked pretty well. I'd say it was more mentally hard for me, that I just didn't like to go on the day when I feel that I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and that was because I had great sessions, I had great training sessions, even if I was a bit hungry. But when it was about competing, then I mentally, I think I could give it up easily, or I was just wasn't that greedy.
Yeah, definitely. I had some experience with Olympic wrestling. And I remember some of my colleagues that they had to drop, that the Olympic wrestling, you have a team. I guess it's similar to weightlifting. You have a team, so then every single one needs to be in a category depending who you are facing. So the team needs to win rather than one person winning. So sometimes people needed to go above, normally below the weight. And I remember having some colleagues spending the last week because they needed to drop 2 or 3 kilos, and they were walking around the school with hoodies and even garbage bags. So underneath everything, having garbage bags, and then dropping all weight, the all liquid that they had, and then facing competition, and they were throwing up during the actual wrestling. So they were feeling so bad. And obviously they weren't used to eat the same that they were eating, sweating too much, dehydration, things like that. So they had to stop. They had to stop the match, and then they were going throw up. They were going to somewhere, throwing up, and then back.
It's not an easy game for sure. It's definitely important if you need to cut body weight to have the right supplements, like
definitely
extra supplements. That's just key. That's a thing that I could do better, I think. If I would go back to this competition, I would definitely kind of put more effort in my supplements to have them in the right time and the right way.
Yeah, because you reduce macros, but you also reduce micros. So then, you don't have the vitamins that provides the energy. I guess, were you cutting in carbs and fats, or carbs and fats?
Yeah, a bit both. Yeah.
A bit of both. And did you change the type of carbs that you were taking? Let's say, I'm not sure how was your diet, but if you were eating rice and pasta, for example, did you change to sweet potatoes and carrots, for example?
At that time, I lived in Hungary, and I had a company, a food company, who supported me. So it was kind of, I had the fixed food with the fixed calories. So I had the food that I got from them. So I didn't cook for myself at the time. It was convenient also to use the support that I got from the company.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. A few weeks ago, I talked with a nutritionist. It's a guy that is creating his own company, and he only did it for a month, but he's planning to do it for a year. But he's making sure that every single human being is able to survive without eating for a full year. That sounds really good, but at the end he was eating something. He was taking some supplements, but a lot of superfoods, obviously a lot of uh, essential minerals, vitamins, amino acids, things like that that he was able to take from supplements, which you don't take it from food, but you still need that. And I think he was taking some kind of superfoods, like moringa and things like that, which is not. I mean, yes, it's food, but you don't really feel full when you are eating that. But you
Yeah.
are getting what his point was, that we only need those essential micronutrients to survive. I think he was taking some kind of fats as well. That was the only thing. I don't know if it was MCT oil as a source of energy. So he was supposed to live a full year. He did it for a month. And he said that it was tough for the first week, but then after that, he was still training. He's a martial arts guy. And I think it was MCT oil or coconut oil, plus some supplements, vitamins, minerals, and some kind of superfoods to balance a little bit. He went down. I think he told me he lost 10 kilos maybe in the first month or the first 3 weeks, something like that. It was quite a lot, but he ate nothing for a month.
Yeah, God, I'm not sure what I survived.
Yeah, I'm not sure that is the funniest experience ever. I'm not sure how healthy that's it, but anyway, just a way for him to prove that how
Yeah, it was more
important
like a
are the vitamins and minerals and these things. So yeah,
yeah.
cool. So you now are living in Ireland. You and your boyfriend are coaching in CrossFit,
CrossFit Ireland.
CrossFit Ireland.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
easy to remember.
yeah. I didn't know CrossFit allowed CrossFit boxes to be called as the country or the city.
It was one of the first gyms, so at the time, long time ago,
Okay.
it was allowed. So yeah, it is a new rule. I don't know how many years now that you cannot have a country name and you cannot have
Yeah.
town names.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. How long have you been living in Ireland and coaching there?
I live here for 1.5 years, and I'm coaching here since I moved here. I know the gym owner, so it was
Okay.
pretty easy to start working
Okay.
there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And how is the situation at the moment? Are the box gyms open in Ireland? Are they closed?
I think Ireland is one of the countries which takes this whole lockdown thing very seriously. So we are in our third lockdown now. Our first lockdown was in the summer, that was 3.5 months. And then the second
Three
lockdown was, yeah,
three and a
three
half
and a
months.
half months. Yeah. And the
Everything
gyms were
closed.
closed.
Seriously.
There were no way to open the gyms or do anything. Like, it was all online. And that was our first one. Second one was just before Christmas. That was for 6 weeks. And that was for kind of give us the Christmas idea. But then the numbers went up during Christmas time, and we are at the third lockdown since the 30th of January. And it probably will go on until the end of February.
Sure.
The gym needs to be closed. Yeah, the gym needs to be closed, and we are all doing everything online. And yeah, it's tough, but I have to say, like, we got good members, so they're still doing our Zoom sessions. They are supporting the gym, so it's hard, but thank God it's still working out.
Yeah, yeah. It's Are you guys able to train in the street, or it's pretty cold and rainy?
Yeah, it's I wouldn't train
You
outside.
can, right?
It's
You
pretty
can.
rainy all the time here,
Yeah,
so it's very weather is bad nearly all the
yeah,
time. So, like, me and my boyfriend, we have our own little gym at home. So for us, there's no problem. We can train. But obviously, if you're a coach, some gyms allows their coaches to train in the gym. But our gym, there's nobody there. The coaches aren't
yeah,
training there.
yeah. So you're focusing everything into online classes.
Yeah.
And do you do like group classes? Do you personalize the classes do you do group classes or personal training classes online?
So yeah, we kept everything exactly the same way as when we were in the gym. So we have our group classes, we have like CrossFit classes, we have gymnastics, we have weightlifting, we have kids classes as well. I'm coaching the kids, and then there's
Online.
speaking. Yeah,
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 that's pretty
quite,
cool.
and it's a small age group from 6 to 13, and they are doing so well.
Yeah. Do you use like Zoom as well? So everybody's just in their own. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
exactly. We're doing it on Zoom, and it's very nice to see them actually that they are still being able to stay motivated and still do it with us.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we also have the PT sessions. So that's, we're trying to provide as many classes as we can, exactly the same way as in the gym. Obviously, we reduce the price of the membership, and we also lend out the equipment, so they are able to do the things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's and how do you feel the motivation? I guess what I can see from our side, I'm in contact with pretty much boxes all around Europe, from Denmark to Spain, obviously, UK, Germany, everywhere, and I can see that in Spain we have lockdown as well, but we are able to train outside. In most of the Spanish regions, we have an okay weather. Like we were training outside yesterday without the t-shirt, for example. As long as it's sunny, it's kind of okay. But everywhere else, as you say, you can't really train when it's -4 or raining every day. So what I can feel is that a lot of people are losing, I wouldn't say losing motivation, but it's changing their motivation. It was coming from I want to improve, to, well, this sucks, we don't know when it's going to change and how, and I just need to keep moving, because it is a healthy habit that people need to have. Not only the sport itself is healthy, which it is, but also everything that is around the sport. So if you train, you eat well. If you train, you need to rest better.
Yeah.
So if you don't train, a lot of people are like, I'm locked down here. I'm not training. I don't really need to eat properly, which is even worse. But I think a lot of
Yeah.
people think a little bit like that. So have you seen some kind of change on motivation, or the need for training? Did it change? Did they comment anything to you?
So yeah, it definitely affects your motivation and your training. Even me and my boyfriend, we found it hard. And it was, each lockdown it was a bit different, also because of the weather. In the summer, obviously it was sunny, so it is always easier if it's sunny. But now it's all dark and cold. It makes it much harder. Yeah, we're still training. It depends on the motivation level. If I feel like I'm not that motivated, I just keep the weights lower, and then I'm just working on my technique, or I'm just doing gymnastic stuff. I always love doing gymnastics, so then I just practice some good stuff that I want to learn. So I this is my way how I try to keep myself motivated. I kind of listen to my body, and if I'm demotivated, I choose to do something which kind of makes me a bit happier. It's more fun to do. That's with me. It's all different for every person. Like my boyfriend, he needs a competition to stay motivated, and he's like, there's no competition. He's like, he doesn't feel that why to train them. But he has a new coach now, so this is his new motivation. And with the gym members, what we're trying to, like, it was very interesting. The first lockdown in the summer, like a lot of people said that, oh no, they don't need the membership anymore. They just gonna do their own stuff and then they're gonna train at home. And obviously they all realize that it's not that easy to do that on your own, especially if you're not that, like if you go to the gym, like you're not a coach, then there's no that inside kind of effort that, okay, I want to do it for myself. So they found it much harder. So in the second lockdown and in the third lockdown as well, more people kept their membership because they realized that, yeah, they actually need their coaches. They need somebody who's there and who asks them that if they're not training, we message them that, hi, we saw that you weren't on the session. What's up with you? So they all need this kind of push that, okay, where are you? How's your training going? Things like that. So we try to really be there for the members. Obviously we provide a service, but and they obviously pay for the membership, but we're trying to give as much as we can. So we're actually there, and we notice if somebody's not training, and we ask them, what else you need? You need a personalized training, or you want to do it on your own, or you want to do the Zoom sessions, you want to do a different time maybe. So we really try to help as much as we can, so we can give them the way they are actually able to do their training with us.
Mm-hmm. Have you tried, or not only you, but your box, all coaches and owner and so on, are you thinking or doing offering some kind of mental or psychological support to people as another, you do personal coaching? I'm guessing that you might do some nutrition coaching to people or support, but do you also offer mental health, psychological support? Because what I can see, that a lot of people might be struggling with their life at the moment. They might be losing their jobs. They maybe know somebody that has died because of COVID-19 or being hospitalized or things like that. So it is a tough situation what a lot of people is suffering. I think winter makes everything even worse because it's dark, the weather is bad, so you get depressed. At the end, the vitamin D3 thing about the mood and everything, it's not just like a marketing claim. It's because the sun makes us happy. We as humans, we need the sun to live, and it has an impact on our mood and our hormones and things like that. So it is affecting our mood, plus this tough situation, plus not being able to train. I think that can affect a lot of people. A lot of people has the training as, this is my escape room, right? My job is really tough. I have my family, living with my family, my kids is really tough because I'm always stressed, but I have my training session. And maybe a lot of people now, they don't have the training, and all this stress is even more. So I'm not sure if you guys offer something to your members.
Yeah, actually my boss, one of the owners of the gym, he's really into mental coaching, and he's doing mental coaching. It is called the mental health plan, I think. So I'd say it's more like a job. Like the members knows that we're offering this, so they kind of go to him. So I'm not dealing with it, but the gym deals with it. Okay. Obviously, if one of my PT clients has any kind of struggles, I'm there. And obviously with the members as well, if somebody needs help, we're there as well as coaches. But we offer like as mental health coaching in the gym.
That's pretty good. Do you do like meditation classes, for example? We work with a gym here in close to Barcelona that they offer. They have a different CrossFit boxes, but they just open a new gym, and they have different things. They do yoga, they do a lot of mobility, and they have a class that is meditation. But they also incorporate meditation as part of the CrossFit WOD. So they start with warm up, WOD, and then they finish with a little bit of meditation. Not sure if you guys do something similar.
We had a meditation thing in the first lockdown, which was a 3.5 months. That was like a 5 minutes meditation. That was like a live Facebook video, and that was my boss who was doing it, and it was actually very useful. You felt very calm and relaxed after you were listening that 5 minutes of talking. It was always different topics, sometimes about just talking about happiness and smiling, sometimes just talking about how sunny it is. So he was he's really good at it. So it was nice to listen to it. Now in this lockdown, we don't do this. I'd say it's more like, because it's our third lockdown, like people are a bit, we're tired at the moment. We're all tired.
I can't
we're
imagine.
all tired. Like we're doing the Zoom thing, I think, like in an overall like 6 months now. It is a lot. It is way too much than it should be. At the moment, what we're trying to provide to our members to kind of help and give something is like a nutrition challenge where there's 3 tasks. They have to have a certain amount of water, they have to have a certain amount of protein, and then they have to have their vegetables. Now, obviously, with this, we're just trying to provide something that they can enjoy. It's like a game, because like there's a ranking list, so that's always something interesting.
Yeah.
So we're trying always different things to provide them, and that's at the moment what we're trying to do.
That's pretty good. This is actually something that we can do during the next weeks. We used to do it when gyms were open, but now that you are mentioning, we could actually do something for your box as well. We used to do what was called the GoPrimal challenge, where people were signing up, and then they needed to fill up some kind of I don't know how to call that, but they needed to fill up some kind of deliverables where they had to train one day, or one day every day. They needed to eat their vegetables. They needed to eat 8 hours or 7 hours. They needed to stretch 2 or 3 days. So they were kind of ticking the boxes, and they were earning points. This was something obviously that everybody could cheat. You could say that, I'm eating my vegetables and then eating pizza, but it was more the need for people to actually write what they were doing. So then at the end of
it's
the
like
month,
staying accountable. I'd say that people just
exactly.
need that little bit of the push that, okay, it's there, I did it, and somebody says that I did it.
Exactly.
I even find it easier, and like I'm coaching them, and I
Yeah.
still feel here that, okay, I ate my vegetables, I did this task, and I did this one as well, and I feel, I'm like, oh god, I had such a successful day.
Yeah, but I think it's good. At the end, the coach was just putting, you need to eat certain amount of vegetables every day. You need to train at least, strength 1 day per week, endurance another day per week, whatever it was. So then people were filling up, and then at the end of the month, they were looking who was the winner, who did the best. The person who did the best, we were giving them some free products. It was the omega-3 magnesium and D3. But it wasn't, they could have incorporated some supplements during that month. We gave them like a discount or something like this for them to easily incorporate some of the supplements that they needed. But it was more not forcing them, but encouraging them to do something super healthy during a month. So then the one that was doing the best, we were rewarding with something. And I think, as you mentioned before, your boyfriend needs a competition, and I think a lot of people need competition to get better.
Most
That's
of them.
exactly that's the beauty of CrossFit. That's why CrossFit, one of the reasons why CrossFit has become such a big sport, because you walk in the gym and you are competing with the person besides you. It doesn't matter if the person is a scale or RX. I can compete with a scale being RX, the weights going up and down, but that's it. Everything is more or less equal. So you always want to be better than the other person. And that is one of the things that made CrossFit pretty successful. So I think in terms of nutrition, it's probably a reason why people need to have this benchmark, so they can see, okay, I'm eating only 3 times vegetables per week, where some people are eating 4 or 5 times.
Exactly.
So
they earlier do it for a competition than just do it for themselves. So yeah, I agree. It's such a good thing to have for them, so they can keep being much motivated.
yeah, definitely. Let me send you later on by mail how we could do it in your box, because I think it's
Yeah,
something cool that we can
I'm
do as
sure
well.
they would be very keen on doing something like that.
Yeah, it's always, we try to help quite a lot the CrossFit community, because we grew within this community and we know how important it is, and we would like more people to be like the CrossFit community, super healthy people.
Yeah.
So we always try to do things like that. Um, so just the last thing, because I think we've been quite a lot of time already. But you also do some gymnastics and weightlifting, or you used to do weightlifting and gymnastics seminars around Europe, right?
Uh, no, so that's our plan. We did some workshops with my boyfriend together. We did some gymnastics and also weightlifting workshops in Ireland. I also did a few workshops in Hungary. That was more like gymnastics. I had, I think, one weightlifting as well. So yeah, we work. That's a kind of new idea of us. What we'd like to do is we also want to travel, and we love coaching. So that was our idea after we had our previous workshop, that it will be such a good thing to actually travel to other countries and bring the knowledge there and like teach people, because we really love teaching people. And yeah, gymnastics and weightlifting is definitely a thing in CrossFit, that like not every gym has their own gymnastic coach or own weightlifting coach, or even if they have those coaches, they might even need more coaching. Yeah. Coaches need coaches as well. So yeah, that's my plan, to contact as many gyms as we can. Obviously COVID doesn't make it easier. Difficult. So yeah, we at the moment we're waiting a bit. We're putting our little letter together and plan together. But yeah, that's the plan, to go as many gyms as we can, and like just to travel a bit and kind of teach people and have more workshops, because we're really enjoying that, and we found it very, very beneficial when we went there. Like I went to an Irish gym last time, and I still get messages from the people that it was a gymnastic workshop, and how much it helped to them, and they learned how to do handstands since then, and they are much braver. They know what they're doing upside down, because somebody just explained them. Like, let's say if a gym doesn't have a proper gymnastic coach. Like, I'm coaching gymnastics since I'm 17. Like, I have a look on a handstand and I know how to fix it. And little suggestions like how to use your fingers during a handstand can just make a big difference. So that's why we were planning. It would be such a cool thing to actually travel and teach people, and it would be fun to do it like that way.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully, middle end of this year, we might be able to move around again, and things will be normal. Hopefully, you never know. Yeah, but definitely, I think this is a pretty cool project. I know a few other coaches that are doing similar things. Normally, a lot of people are trying to focus into one region or one country or things like that. But I think at the moment Europe is pretty big, and it doesn't matter taking a flight to go to one city or another country.
Yeah, I'd say in Europe it's quite good and quite easy to go from one destination to the other.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to see, maybe we can hook up you and your boyfriend with some boxes around here. It's always nice to travel to Spain anyway. Normally better weather.
Yeah, definitely.
Better weather than other countries in Europe. So yeah, let's hope for new changes in middle end of the year, maybe. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And we were chatting about that it will be a good thing to kind of combine the two things together, like with GoPrimal. And when we go there, we kind of provide a discount code for those members who would join the workshops. And it was the same idea that way, if GoPrimal members are, or those people who are your people who are buying your stuff, so who are keen on the GoPrimal products, they will get a discount on our membership, or sorry, on our programs. Like, let's say we've got gymnastic programs, and we will have a coupon code, let's say GoPrimal, and if you buy a product from GoPrimal, you're able to use a discount on our own page, so something like that.
Are you offering the coach online at the moment?
Yeah, so we have our own coaching business with my boyfriend. It is called Move with Purpose, and obviously this is what we believe in it. That you have to move well, you have to move purposeful to be able to improve. Like, if your movement is bad, if your squat is bad, if you don't have a good base, then you won't be able to improve. So that's actually our mission, what we want to teach people, that technique is important. You have to move well, because otherwise you get injured, or you will just stop and you won't improve anymore. So yeah, you're able to check our page at movewithpurpose.eu, and there's loads of information there as well.
Okay,
And
that's cool.
yeah, because our programs are more two different ways. I'm programming the gymnastic stuff and the bodyweight stuff, and my boyfriend, he's the one who's programming the weightlifting. Obviously, we are helping each other and we're suggesting things to each other. But that's the way how we're doing it. I'm more into the gymnastic programming, and he's more into the weight stuff.
Is it personalized programming? So if I sign up, do you have a list of obviously progressions, starting from an air squat or a normal handstand hold, whatever it is? Do the people send you videos where you correct and you say, you're doing this because of this, your squat, your knees are going inside or outside, things like this, or it's just like a general program?
So yeah, that's a thing that we're doing. We're giving personal feedback. Now we're using a system, the FITA training. Not sure that you heard about that. It's an English, I think English or English. Yeah, English. And then we're using their system, and they are pretty good. Like, so I really can suggest other coaches. And the way it works, like, you're programming your stuff, and let's say it is a subscription base, then all the people who are doing it, they can leave their own personal feedback, and you're able to get back to each person individually and tell them what's wrong with that squat or what's wrong with that handstand. Now we've got different programs as well. For weightlifting, we've got like individualized, and then we've got silver and bronze level, and obviously the silver level is 5 times and the bronze level is 3 times, but there's a personal feedback for each programs. For gymnastics, I've got handstand programs, and there's one which is an intermediate level, and then there's beginner level. There's a get your first push-up program, and there's a few more which are coming, like still in the works. So there will be more stuff, but yeah, it is. I'm trying to have for gymnastic kind of more like it's a 6-week program, and you need to go through all the weeks to get the progress.
Yeah. Do you have like progressions? A few years ago, I did the golden medal body, I think it was called. How was called the program? Yeah, I did an online seminar where they were giving you progressions. So progression for handstand push-up or handstand walk, progression from the front lever, progressions for, I can't remember the name, but the one that you are doing a handstand push-up without touching the floor with your feet.
Yeah, there's a pike push-up.
Exactly, yeah. So, they were giving you progressions that you were starting with one exercise, then the second, the third, the fourth, until you get to achieve what you needed.
Yeah, exactly. Gymnastics.
Give me 1 second, because my dogs are going wild down there. Yeah, so it's normally because there is somebody delivering something. Sorry. Hola. Okay. ¿Me entregas algo? Vale. Yeah. Sorry. Should we finish it? I think we probably talk about everything we needed to talk, right? And I have some delivery here, and my dogs are not too happy with people. Sorry about it.
That's okay.
But Beat, thanks a lot for everything. Yeah, it's been really nice.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Have a nice sunny day.
You too. Bye. Bye.